Welcome to What the Fuck Wednesday. We're back this June. It's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And as we climb through this first week, I like to tell all men to keep your motherfucking head up. Because there's motherfuckers out here who feel just like you. You the shit, my guy. You the shit. You the shit. What's up, Nove? We're back. Another Think High crew. What the fuck Wednesday? The gods and goddesses you love to hate and hate to motherfucking love. Your number one place for Americanized propaganda and fearless in real entertainment. If you were part of this live, go ahead and share the room to your favorite platform. Get some men in here to come be vulnerable. Well, of course, we'll have DJ Crazy Man jump us off. There he is. Oh, excuse me. Smoking on that good, so roll up. And let's have another what the fuck.
Just received an
It's the Think High crew, yeah.
Just received an
Yo, it's the Think High crew, what up?
Just received an
It's the Think High crew, you know.
Just received an
It's the Think High crew, what up? It's the Think High crew, yeah. It's the Think High crew, yeah. Hey, what up, no?
What you need? What you need?
Little bit of love.
Going down, going down in a major fucking way. Yeah, yeah.
What you need? What you need?
Whole lot of crypto money on tenfold.
Tenfold,
Hey, I need a lot of shit. What y'all need?
tenfold,
What the fuck Wednesday?
tenfold,
Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
tenfold,
What you need?
tenfold.
Hey, that should be the theme of the month, man. What you need?
Tenfold. I don't even carry no billfold. Tenfold. I ain't even got no billfold. Boy.
Tenfold. Nigga, I ain't got no billfold. Money
Not
on the
even
wallet, and I ain't talking billfold.
Yeah, I don't walk around with no purse and no bag man shit. XRP bag man, bitch boy.
That nigga said,
I bet you he won't come on this show, and I bet you he won't come on this show.
Oh no, them cats scared to come on and just talk
Yeah.
some shit.
G Kong, I know
you're
you going
competitive though, man.
G Kong, when you hear this, send this motherfucker to them cats. It just maybe they listen to it, maybe not, but maybe we can entice them to, come on here and fuck with us, because obviously they're too big and too busy to fuck with us, but they ain't really got no good music, so I don't know why they so busy.
Oh shit, me neither.
Oh damn. But anyway, man, it's that WTF, what the fuck Wednesday.
What the fuck? How you doing? How you doing,
thinkhigh.com.
no?
I'm doing
ThinkHighCrew.com. Yeah,
good,
how you
man.
doing, no? Men's mental health check-in, man. Where my fellas at, man? I be seeing it all day, every day, right? You know, you scroll through your
Right.
timeline. You know, as we get warmed up for today, um, we scrolling through our time stream, whatever one or many that you choose to be a part of. What up, clever? Um, but
Bruh,
we
so
see.
check it out. So you
Okay,
talking
what's up?
about real quick, you asked me how I was doing. So I'm
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
good. My mental
Okay,
health, my men's mental health is pretty motherfucking good, right? But
okay.
check this out, man. I don't know if you follow this shit on X. It's the Clown World page, right?
Oh yeah, that shit's a funny ass
Okay,
page.
so if you see if and everybody listening live and or tuning in on whatever platform. So if you go to X, which is formerly known as Twitter, right? And you go to an account called Clown World, you'll see a dude walking through a guy what looks like a Dave and Buster's or some shit. This motherfucker looks like he's throwed the fuck off, drunk as hell, and a grown ass man now, men's mental health, with a pink outfit on, a
Mhm.
little skirt, some high heels, and some fucking like stockings and shit, bro. Like with a little pink purse, walking like a motherfucker lost his shit. And there's just people looking at him like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Like, men's mental health then got fucked up during Pride Month,
And
bro.
the reason the reason why I
Whoa.
fucking asked that though, that's what I was gonna say because I'm scrolling through the conscious streams, you know what I mean? Like so, and and a lot of people don't realize they don't think that this shit is a conscious stream because most people be fronting on the internet, you know, and on like Instagram and Facebook and shit. So, but I'm just scrolling through and I'm realizing it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month and ain't nobody even talking about that shit. I also see a
Mm-mm.
lot of, but I see a lot of men on here, you know what I'm saying, even talking about, man, it's fucked up this and this is fucked up and it's hard as this and this is hard and da da da
Right.
da. And I'm thinking like, well, damn, well, I'm commenting on their shit like, hey, well, come talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's
Mm-hmm.
up? Come talk about it. And then they don't ever come talk about it. And it's funny as hell that we actually we made that statistic clear that most men even or most people in general don't even go get help, and it's even worse if we were to break down the category of men when it comes to men, like the percentage is
Exactly.
even higher, you know what I mean, that men don't go and even talk about it or tell somebody how they feel when it comes to that shit, but they'll go to the fucking internet though and they'll fucking be like and they'll bitch and complain about some shit. What up,
Yeah.
us?
Somebody would rather go on social media, type some shit in that fits in with all the other comments, and then go
Right.
to a next post and do it. And then it's like,
Just
bro,
looking for
that's
like some
that.
kind of quick validation, some
I
internet
was about to
hugs
say
and
that's
shit.
that
Like
instant
what?
That's that instant gratification, quick validation
And then
bullshit
we
to
wonder
where
why the
you
men's
get in
health, like
that.
you just said, though, and then we wonder why men's health is all fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like look at shit like that. Like you said, it was a grown ass man in a miniskirt walking, but then men go the first thing they go into is like the internet to tell people about their problems. Like I seen this one dude, he made a post, he was just like, man, this is my last day. You know what I mean? I'm one day away from quitting. And it's like quitting what, nigga? Life? Like what the fuck is you talking? What's going on, bro? Talk about it
right.
like shit. Like
Hey, I don't know if he knows, but it's illegal to quit life.
right.
You fuck around and try to kill yourself and don't do it, bitch, you finna have some charges waiting on you.
Yeah, ain't that crazy? Because you don't even own your shit, and that's another
Yeah,
thing, you know.
that's it, bro. That is a perfect way to prove to somebody you don't even own yourself, bro, because you can't kill yourself.
You can't even kill yourself,
If,
bro.
if you fuck around and kill yourself, first of
Somebody
all,
got to pay for it.
exactly, your family's gonna get questioned. They
Yeah,
might even go to jail for some shit, and then you got bills that somebody's gonna have to pay for that
somebody
shit,
got to
bro.
pay for that shit,
And
bro.
then if you fuck around and don't kill yourself, you're going to jail.
Y- Yo,
They gonna
you
lock your ass up to the hospital bed,
and they gonna be like,
handcuffed.
"Yep, you nope, you owe us money for somehow, for some
Yep,
reason, for
you
trying to
broke the law, sir. What did I
off."
do? You tried to kill yourself. That's illegal.
Mhm.
But what do you mean? I mean, I just didn't want to live no more. I didn't want to burden nobody, so I just wanted to kill myself. No, sir. You live in the United States. You can't kill yourself. That's against the law. You need to go get help. But I tried though, and you know what I mean. I commented on a bunch of posts on the internet, and that didn't help. So I decided
Right.
I'd kill myself. Well, sir, this is what it is. You got to do community service. You got to go to a mental institution but you got to pay for all this shit.
Yep.
And then but first you got to do some days in jail, and you got a big fine to pay. And like, I'm like, can I try to kill myself again?
Right.
You know what
Do
I
I will I
mean?
get hit with double jeopardy? Right.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean? Yeah, you're right, bro. But you see the state of the world is where, you know what I mean, like especially when it comes to men, to where like you can't even off yourself. Like 40, like most of the suicides are men, you know what I mean? And men are more likely to commit suicide than women according to the statistics.
And
Mental
even though
men's
there's a
mental health
bigger
statistics.
population, there's actually a bigger population of women than there
Yeah.
are men.
Yeah,
So you
women
would think,
outnumber men like 4-1 or some shit like
right?
that. If you
Like,
put on worldwide,
if you think about this, in the United States, the biggest population is quote unquote white.
right?
So when you look at how many who's on what what type of person or color of person or whatever you want to call it, who is on food stamps the most?
Right.
White people, because there's more white people in
Yeah,
America.
absolutely.
And when you tell people, they're like, "Nah, man, yeah, that's just only
Yeah,
because there's more white people."
I
Yeah,
know
you're
it's.
right, motherfucker. What, you trying to argue with it? So
Yeah,
why isn't there more women
they want to be the
committing
victim.
suicide than men if there's more women?
Yeah, that's a good
If
question.
if there's so much pressure on women, why aren't a
That's
bunch of single mothers killing themselves?
that's a,
Instead, it's the motherfucking
well,
men that
statistically,
kill themselves.
there's more shit out there that actually is there to help them. If you want to be statistic, not saying that giving them an excuse or anything like that, or giving
Bro,
them
there's
any,
no, just call it how it is. There's
I
way
am.
more help for women than there are
I am. I
men.
mean, you can
Period.
ask. Go ahead, ask your Google or your AI, or whoever you get your information
Yeah.
from. What up, Bruce? It'll tell you that there's more. There's definitely more programs. There's more, a lot of everything out there to help women,
Mhm.
compared to men. In this particular category of mental health, you know what I mean.
Well, that's
Particularly,
why I
yeah.
felt it was kind of proper to go ahead and introduce people to the new beat, which is going to be a song. But
Hmm.
during men's mental health, it's like, what do you need? You know what I mean?
Yo, what you
What do you
need?
need to be happy? What do you need to feel good? What do you need in general? What the fuck you need? What you need?
Hey, what you
Hey,
need? And we be afraid to answer the question because we don't want to seem feminine about it, huh?
right?
Like, oh, I need it to be like this. I need this. But niggas be like, oh, what
What
kind
you
of
need?
need? Yo, bitch, I'm about what you need. How do you feel?
So yeah,
Oh,
so
God, yeah.
somebody asks you what do you need, then if you're not you you might be too proud, right? But if
Maybe.
you're not honest about life in general, then you ain't never gonna get what you need if you don't at least tell somebody. You could talk to yourself. You don't have to
Shit.
talk to nobody. You could tell yourself, you know what, this is what I need to do, this is what I need. And then you could just go do it. You don't need a counselor, you don't need a psychiatrist, you don't need to be admitted to a hospital. You
Mm-mm.
might end up getting like that, but in all reality, right now, you could just say, "What do I need?"
What do
And
I
just be
need?
honest with yourself, and then whatever it is, just go get that.
You know what? That's dope, and I think that that's something that we can start with. So for everybody listening live with us, and for the people who are listening later, just think about what you need for this next part. And I'll go ahead and I'll drop the numbers since we're about 15 minutes into the show already, and then we'll get it fucking cracking, and we'll go ahead and dive deep.
What you need?
Welcome back. Today is a 5, obviously. It's June 5th, so the genealogy of today is 5. We don't have to break that down any further. Numerology wise, 5 is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect and versatility. People influenced by Mercury and this number are often quick witted, adaptable, and curious. They have a natural ability to communicate effectively and are often seen as as the life of the party type shit. Astrologically, June 5th falls under the sign of the Gemini. We've been here. That was also moved by Mercury. So we got a Mercury and a Mercury energy combined. So it's just going to be doubled up with the intellectual curiosity. Gemini is also an air sign, so it's known for its dual nature, which can bring about, sense of restlessness as well as desire for variety and new experiences. So today might be a day you embrace change and stimulating conversations with new ideas type shit. tarot, if we're pulling a card and you pull the number 5 card, if it's associated with if it's 5, it's associated with the Hierophant card, which is it's a major arcana card. The Hierophant represents tradition, spirituality, wisdom, guidance. It suggests it's time to seek knowledge from established sources, actually respect the traditions, and perhaps engage in a little bit of spiritual education pursuit. However, it also warns against becoming too rigid or dogmatic in one's beliefs. So, there's a little. This is the first time we kind of got a little bit of a downside to it when it comes to that energy on the tarot side. Metaphysically, from that perspective, the number 5 is associated with the element of ether, which represents the quintessence of the 5th element, which binds all the other 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air. So
I
you
know
get
y'all seen that movie or heard of that
yeah.
movie, Element. You know
And some people
what?
think that 5th element is love, right? Absolutely.
Right. Love.
Um,
It could also be that thing Terrence Howard was talking about.
yeah.
Just because Terrence Howard mentioned Billy Carson and he might be on some bullshit, a lot of that shit he was saying, I believe
Yeah,
in it.
yeah. I mean, like there was truth to it. You know what I mean? It's just the fact of what he was trying to explain. It's like trying to explain some shit like that. Trying to
Right. Like, you
bring
motherfucker,
some shit that's unfathomable
you
into
can't do that shit on Joe
yeah.
Rogan, bro.
Nah,
Like,
bro. But it's
yeah.
nigga, like that's what God is, right? God, like nigga,
Right?
God is so unfathomably unexplained. Like our minds couldn't even fathom. You know what I mean? Like so, it's like there's no need to even try to scale God, nigga. You can't
Well,
scale some shit that's
the only
unscalable.
person that can explain God is the dude standing on the stage with a suit on,
Mm-hmm.
telling you,
I am right,
you know
right.
what I mean? Come
Yeah,
on,
he's the
bro.
only
Like
one who
you,
can interpret that shit, right?
you live in the same neighborhood I do, motherfucker. What you
Quit
talking
playing.
about? You don't.
You right.
If you know all this shit, why do you need donations, bro?
It's crazy, bro.
You just like walk on water and shit.
I think, man, it's the balance of,
I mean, god dang,
the
bro.
balance of like spiritual, metaphysical, and like, logic, and then, all of that. The balance of all of that is so important to, your mental health, and it's so construed, with all of that shit. But on a side note, June 5th is in history a day of several things went on today in our history. For instance, on the 5th, today, 1967, the 6 Day War began between Israel and neighboring Arab countries, reshaping the geographical landscape of the Middle East. Additionally, in 1981, on this day, the first cases of what would be later known as AIDS were reported by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, marking the beginning of a global health crisis.
I'm glad you said that because remember yesterday when you were saying like 1994 ish, we was talking
Hmm.
about all the Pride Month, Men's Mental Health Month. Why was it all kind of in the same area? Remember, I kept asking you, I was like, wasn't it? Ain't there something going on with HIV during around this time, bro? Like, think about that now.
Yeah, yeah.
They got they started it out as
What
Pride.
up, Allison?
Now it's LGBTQ plus Pride Month or
Right.
whatever. But if you go to where this stuff started at, it was around the time when gay and lesbian were fighting for their rights, which I totally agree with. But it was also a time when Fauci
Yep.
fucked around with some other shit called HIV.
Yep.
And that's true. That ain't they made a fucking movie about that. Dallas Buyers
Oh
Club.
yeah.
Matthew McConaughey plays the gay dude that's got HIV and shit, and the motherfucker in there that comes up with the quote unquote cure. That's Fauci, bro.
What's
And
wild though was even wilder
it
about
all
that
happened
shit.
during this month.
Right. It was wilder, bro. Is that you could look up that how HIV was created in a laboratory at like the
Yes.
University of California or some shit like that, bro. Like right
And
here in the
who
United
headed that
States.
bitch up?
Bro, they literally
Motherfucking
they
Fauci.
literally use gain of function with like cancer cells from a cow, like
Yeah.
lymphoma from a cow, and like all these different kind of cancers from different type of animals.
And
There
the
was like a
fucking
cow, a
rhesus
fucking
too.
lamb, and yeah, and they put it all together and it created AIDS. And then they put human cells with it to see how it would affect it with it, and they found
Right.
out, exactly how to do that shit. And then they was,
Right. Look,
man,
okay, so they
it's
came out
wild,
with
bro.
HIV, and
Yeah,
then there was also a SARS.
right. And we know who the CDC is, right? So think about it. So it was today, 1981, was
During
when the
men's mental health and
yeah.
during Gay Pride Month.
It was the first known case AIDS was reported by the for Disease and Prevention, by the CDC. And we know these are the same people who apologize to, or quote unquote apologize. I'll say quote unquote apologize because I don't know what kind of apology is. I'm sorry that your life got ruined, and then just keep. That's not really an
Right.
apology. That's really more like a fuck you. You know what I mean?
I
But
think
that's exactly what the CDC did. Oh, I'm sorry that we lied. I'm sorry we lied to everybody about
exactly,
this shit. You
bro.
know what I
And think
mean?
about this shit, bro. Think about it, man. How many big celebrities played like, I'm not saying they didn't, but I'm saying played the game like they were
Oh yeah,
HIV positive
yeah,
and then later developed AIDS. I could
yeah.
say Magic Johnson's one of them. He, in my book, which I don't know anything that I'm talking about, I'm just a dude talking. But
Mm.
to me, it seems like Magic Johnson never had a motherfucking thing. And if he
Oh
did,
man,
he
yeah,
goddamn sure wasn't sick from it because he ain't never even looked sick ever, bro. I
bro.
kept up with that shit.
And you
And
know
just
what
to
black
throw it
people
out
say?
there,
I tell you like
just
this:
to
the
throw
black
it out
community be
there.
like, "Oh, well, he got the money to it."
Yeah, yeah,
Not
I
for
hear
they.
you. So a lot of people that didn't make it neither. You know what I
Right,
mean?
you right.
But think about this. His kids are 100% celebrating LGBTQ plus
Oh yeah.
Pride Month because they are that. So it's just real weird how you get the most famous, like, why did they choose Magic Johnson? No other big time NBA players
Yep.
had
And
that
they and
shit.
they and they made him have to, basically give up. He's like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your career's about to be over with. You know what I mean? You might as
Right.
well just tell
Made him
niggas
seem like he
yeah,
was sick and had to bow down and bow out. That man was playing basketball for a long time,
yeah.
supposedly,
Facts.
when he had HIV. And then it went through the whole thing. Well, they could contract it through blood or cut or through sweat. And then they just pushed him out the fucking league. Who even
Man, I
knows if he
think they
had the shit,
paid.
bro?
Bro,
And think about it
he
now.
was able to own a piece of the Dodgers and still be, hired in the
Right.
Lakers staff. You know what I mean? So like, it was
This
like,
man was out there doing shit. He wasn't laid up in a
yeah,
bed sick.
nah, absolutely not. I think
And
that was some
also,
bullshit too, though.
if you today, if you catch HIV, bro, the medicines are so fucking cheap
Yeah,
and they're so abundant that nobody dies from AIDS and HIV anymore.
nope.
Unless they're just out there drug addict living on the street, don't take care of themselves, don't take the medicine you're supposed to. Because now you could get HIV drugs for basically fucking free, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Now you telling me this motherfucker Fauci, what he was involved in that whole thing, and there's you don't. I'm just saying, look at the
Right?
correlation,
Yeah, you're absolutely right, bro.
and they want you to believe that HIV came from Africa from a monkey, but
Mm-hmm.
then they tell you it came from men having sex with each other. That don't even make any goddamn sense. I mean, I'm
No, it
sure
didn't.
you could prove it some scientific way of talking a bunch of shit like Terrence Howard
Guess what,
was that
bro?
people
I
don't
was
understand,
It's
right?
funny that you say that, right? No, check this. It's funny that you say all that because I was looking up significant events that surround men's mental health, right? Just to look up to see if the AI or if Google or if anybody would pick up on some, like maybe some
Right.
key historical events that's surrounding men's mental health, right? And
I bitch probably came out and said men's mental health is toxic.
it said here's some. It tells me here's some significant world events that surrounded men's mental health, and they talk about the suicide and the diagnosis with depression as men are more likely to commit suicide and higher and also higher rates of depression. But then they say that studies found that during the COVID-19 pandemic, men in the United States reported higher rates of depressive symptoms and suicidal ideation a suicidal um, other than women. You know what I mean? Compared to women, and
Only during COVID.
yeah, it lists COVID, right?
That sounds legit.
Yeah, uh,
Men got depressed during COVID. That was it though. They
But then,
motherfuckers wanted
like, look, so 2021, the CDC also says, right, that situational stressors, such as relationship troubles and all arguments, played a major role in suicidal death among males. So what? So like they already telling you, oh no,
right. If
it
you
wasn't
dissect what
COVID
they just
driving niggas
said,
crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just wild, man. Like in
like
men's mental health specifically, like it's like y'all have no idea, bro. Like I was so frustrated this morning because I'm digging, right, and I'm digging. I'm like, man, they don't give a fuck about niggas, but when I mean niggas, I mean males, male gender. They don't give a fuck about like to find what you want to look for, you gotta search through so much fucking fluff and fucking nonsense, and like and
yeah,
they don't want to take you farther back than the 90s, like, and so you gotta really fucking actually look for fucking some real shit. So I
yeah.
guess I'll start y'all off with a little bit of the
And but
origins.
hold up, like why
Yeah, go
is
ahead. Yeah.
it so surrounded with the 90s? That's because that's when
uh,
HIV started popping off. So you mean to tell me these motherfuckers are setting up a future to where all men are gay and men's mental health relies on and depends on the way they are dealing with HIV during
man,
Pride
it's
Month?
crazy.
Man, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here, man. Y'all
So
motherfuckers ain't turning me gay. I don't give a
right.
fuck.
And
Period.
so here,
Fuck
so I'm gonna
that
start.
shit, bro.
I
Fuck
guess
that shit. Fuck that shit. You ain't turning me gay. And I might sound real paranoid and real theoryology or conspiracy theorist
Nah, man,
right
I
now,
feel you,
but
man.
bro, that shit. All I'm gonna say is this: when I was in school, bro, and that shit wasn't goddamn fucking motherfucking 70 goddamn years ago now.
Right,
When I was in school, uh there was not this mass amount of kids that wanted to be something other than what they
right,
were.
right.
Like I'm talking about gender wise, and
Yeah,
there was a few gay people, and I don't give a
right,
fuck if there was 100. There could have been
right.
more than now.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have bothered
there
me.
always
But why is
is.
there more gay people now than there was when I was in school? That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't. I think that they've always been gay. They just coming out and it's okay to be something else. And I think a
But
lot of
hold up though.
motherfuckers
But you could
just wanted
but
to
think
take it
about
to
it,
that
bro.
next level, bro.
But think
You know what
about
I
it,
mean?
bro. Think about it. When you
Yeah,
were in school, you knew who was gay. They
facts.
didn't have to tell you.
Right,
If you're in just around people, you know if they're gay or not. It just
yeah,
is what it is, bro. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like you know if somebody's straight or not. You know what I mean? You
right.
know if somebody's kind of like more of a thug. You know if somebody's more of
Yeah,
kind of like follow all the
if they,
rules. You know what I'm saying?
if they
Like
bout that life or not,
you
just in
you
general,
know if somebody's a
whatever life. Yeah,
Republican or you know if
yeah,
somebody's a Democrat. You know if somebody likes people a certain
yeah.
color or race or creed or from a part of the world, or you know they don't. Like it's just so why is it that there's no more racism than there was? There's no more
Right,
racism today than there was when I was in school.
right.
No, there's no more anything except gay. Now why is that?
Yeah,
Something's going
I don't
on, bro. You give a
just
fuck
like
what nobody says. Something going on. Lucid to tell you it's in the goddamn water. I bet you.
oh,
If he was on here,
I don't. There you go, right there. What
and
up,
it, and it
Lou?
and think
What
about it,
up? What up?
it's not like I'm making like a problem. I'm just like,
Right.
bro, like it's
Well,
asinine not to look at this shit and be
well,
real about it.
to let me say this.
What do you think,
I,
Lou?
am about to ask the question. Do you
All right,
think that because basically what you're saying is that masculinity itself is just under attack. So
exactly.
and when you ask the internet that, you know what I mean, or if they'll tell you, oh, masculinity isn't under attack. So Lou, start us off. Like where would you say, just logically, like the proof that you would have that our masculinity is
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything to do with gay. It could just be just in general masculinity.
Well,
Why is
they're
strong?
lowering our testosterone level. They're teaching us to be gay. They're teaching us to just act different. They're always putting us down. Like, look at the commercials.
yeah.
You'll see families and they're always like downplaying the dad or making him look like a dumbass, or they don't pay attention to him, or the mom just doesn't need him. Like, they're doing it all. They're doing it like mathematically. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, well,
I
just
would
like we
agree.
talked about yesterday, we talked about the show Married with Children and the guy Al Bundy and how Al Bundy was treated like fuck you, dude. Just go goddamn pay the
Right.
motherfucking bills. And other than that, bitch, you could die. Just make sure you pay the
Right.
bills, even if you die. And to a certain extent, I'm not saying everybody's life's fucked up like that between their marriage and shit. But bro, to a certain extent,
I'm
it
gonna
is
tell y'all.
like
I'm
that.
gonna say this, and then I'm gonna give y'all proof of why. You know what I mean? Because I did some digging, even though it took me a little bit to find what I was gonna find. Like y'all both are correct, because it is. I would say it is under attack. Obviously, the internet when it's not gonna tell you that, because it's there to help push the narrative for the most part. But if you ask it the right questions, Google and all these other fucking AIs and shit, you'll definitely get the answers that you're searching for. And and I can give you an origin on why it's always been like, oh well, go out and provide. Like, men are like the only thing on the planet Earth that isn't loved unconditionally. We're loved by what we can provide and by what we can protect or provide. And that goes from like way back to like ancient civilizations, where like the survival tribes, of course. So we're talking about what quote unquote science is telling us. Like in the harsh environments back then, you couldn't survive alone. So there were so men were highly motivated to pull their own weight and meet the community standards for honor. You know what I mean? Because it was the men who kept you from getting eaten, and it was the men who showed you how to hunt and where the food
Right.
was at. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like our
gotta I
primitive.
gotta
Go
jump
ahead.
in, bro, real quick. So
Yeah, go
think
ahead.
about this, all right? Just this is a real quick thing. So I'm not talking about male or female in this little sentence. But what I'm saying is there's always a stronger type of person. You could call
Right.
that masculine because a lot of
Yeah.
people associate it with that, right? But
Right.
just think about
Right.
this. A woman and a man, they don't necessarily have to fit in this box, right?
No, they don't.
Because it's not about woman or man. It's about that strength that comes with masculinity. So
Oh
even the
yeah.
woman that is strong in her values, that's a based woman,
Let me.
she's under attack too.
I thank you for making that clarification,
Think
because
about that.
I did. Mup commented yesterday and said that there is no such thing as a feminine male, and
Yes, there is.
I wanted to let him
Oh, wait,
know,
Mup, you
and
need
let
to get
our
back in
viewers
here.
know. Yeah, Mup, you need to get back in here. Let our viewers know that everybody is everything. We both have feminine and masculine
Right.
energy. Like, we
It's
embody
it's
it
not like
both.
it's like, oh, male, not like we're doing men's mental health and we're not trying to, like, one side this motherfucker, because we want to be real about it and truthful.
Right.
So we want to say that it's the actual, nah, fuck that shit. I ain't budging. That's what's under attack.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know what I mean?
I'm just,
No,
but it's, and
no,
I'm
I
not.
can take care of my shit. I can take care of myself. I don't need
Yeah.
no fucking government to take care of me.
Oh yeah, all
Bitch,
of that
I
shit's
don't
under
need to
attack.
call the
Yep.
police. The
Yeah.
motherfucker try to come fuck with my
Bro, if
house.
this is
That's what's
war,
under attack.
if this is war, my nigga, we
Exactly.
talk about it all the fucking time. If this
What
is
up, old
war,
man?
who's the motherfuckers you got to take out?
Exactly,
You
bro.
got to take out the men.
It's not just men that, because I
But
know
this
some
goes back though, bro.
females.
Listen, check. Our primitive ancestors, they all did the same shit. It was a very similar structure. Not saying that women didn't help with hunting. As you can see,
You know
there's
what? You
many
could use
species
a lion in
and
exactly
and
what you're
all types
talking
of
about, and vice
other
versa,
species
that
where the
bitch, if
women,
you
where the
wanted to.
female.
You there? Sound like you cut out.
Yeah, you did too. I think we all did. All right. What did you say
Yeah.
though?
Yeah,
What up, old man?
well, no, I was just saying, you could use lions
You could use a lion
as an
as a, yeah.
example,
I heard that part. Okay.
because the male,
Right.
the female. Now, if you need to, you could just flip flop it. You know what I'm saying? But like, the female is the one that goes and hunts. But that female ain't finna go over here and run up on that goddamn male, though. That male will
No, not
fuck
at
that
all.
female
Not at all.
up.
See, and what people don't
But
even
the
get.
male is way too powerful, bro.
Oh yeah.
And the male lion knows he's the king of that bitch. But you know what? He don't fuck with nobody.
But guess what though?
He
That
don't
that
fuck with
depiction though.
nobody,
Think
bro.
about that depiction, bro. What do we always get depicted? The male lion, he just laying around. All he do is sleep and fuck, and then he eat first when the females go hunting and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Exactly.
then you
Yeah,
be like, well, why
exactly.
is that?
The whole
Because they don't see what he really fucking doing. He really
yeah,
actually
he's standing there like, bitch, I wish a motherfucker would try my wife while she's out there getting some
right,
groceries.
or my kids. Because who
Shit.
you think
Yeah.
watching the kids while they out hunting?
Bitch,
I'm
I
saying?
wish a
Like that, like,
motherfucker would go after that antelope right there. Shit, you might catch that bitch and you might kill it, but I'm finna come take it from your
shit.
ass. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that's what he
like,
does to the
yeah.
hyenas too. It's
Oh,
12
he does a
hyenas
lot of
run
that
up on
shit.
one lion. 12
Yeah,
hyenas, one
absolutely.
lion. And then the
But yeah,
male
but
walks
that's
up and
why
it's like,
though.
oh shit.
That's why though, bro. Like, even in all kind of, animal structures and societies, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been shown, like, it's been put on the man to provide. And it's crazy when where we're at today, it's like, a man isn't accepted except for what he can give. You know what I mean? What he can give, and that's how he's
Exactly.
treated. And then you wonder why there's such a huge divide between the male and the female, is
Bro,
because he sees that. And it's like, well, damn, why you think all these niggas, why you think the birth rate's going down in a lot of places and shit?
look, bro.
Because they don't
That
want to
was just
get married, and they're
I was
into
just
these,
about to say that
bro, it's
the
crazy.
birth rates are going down, right? And
Yeah.
and the amount of sex that teenagers have and young people have is going down. It's not because they just got religious and they're like, "Oh, I ain't supposed to have sex before marriage and all this shit." Uh-uh. It's because these motherfuckers have been told to basically hate
Yep.
each other. Listen to this shit right here. This is from a younger generation type situation, right? Early 20s, mid 20s probably. This says, from Top Golf to dinner, flowers, ice cream, and horseback riding, you outdid yourself on this friend date, Daniel. You wanted to set a standard for how I should be treated, and how you sure set a and I'm sorry, and you sure set a high one. I thank God so much that He put an amazing friend like you in my life. Thank you for making me feel like a true princess. Hashtag still single though. Like, what the fuck is that shit?
Wow,
Now, I'm not
man.
saying this is real because it could totally be
No, it
fucking
is,
fake.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas be
But
sick.
I'm just saying, this meme could be fake. But
Bro.
that vibe is real.
No, it is though. Why you think all of these
These girls
podcasts
talking about,
exist, bro?
this
How you,
girl talking about, you but I ain't going on no first date or no date if the motherfucker wants to take me to Cheesecake Factory. Like,
bro?
bitch, you
How
crazy?
do?
Man, I
Why
still
do
take
you?
my
Why
wife
was
to
Fresh and
Cheesecake
Fit?
Factory.
Why was Fresh and Fit such a hit? Why is that one white dude? I can't remember his name. He's a hit right now. Why is Top G such a fucking hit? It's because
Oh, you're talking about the guy from Canada. He's a psychiatrist.
no, not even him though. But he's a
I'm
hit too
saying though,
though.
him and his
Yeah,
daughter. No, the reason why I was saying it is because his daughter is extremely based in her values and her views and shit, and motherfuckers hate her too. So
yeah,
that's a perfect example of what we was trying to convey and
yeah.
trying to
Well,
talk
well,
about.
well because
It's
it's been
like
like
it's
that, bro.
not just assault against men or masculine men. It's an assault against any motherfucking body that's gonna stand their goddamn ground. Period.
Yeah, period. Yeah, you're right. And even as a woman
It
though,
just so
women
happens
or
that most men are the ones that say, "Nah,
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
draw the goddamn line on this shit."
Yeah,
Now, you
or
know what I mean?
Lou said against tradition, or it's just for me, man. Like looking at all
That
of this
too,
shit,
tradition.
Fresh
I
and
agree with
Fit
that.
is a hit because niggas is tired of being treated like, oh, I gotta have a whole bunch of money to take this broad out, but she don't gotta
You don't
not
got to have
sleep
a
around.
goddamn thing
She don't got to do. No,
either.
see, that's what I'm saying though. They're like they've made it to where now it's a standard for men to be like, well, I got all of this money, and if you want to be a part of this, you at least got to have like just one or two bodies. You can't have a whole fucking gang of bodies on you and been a
Right. And
whore in
when
your
he
past
and
life.
when you say bodies, you mean having sex with people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Not
for
killing
sure.
people,
No,
goddamn
not
it,
killing
because
people.
you
Yeah,
never know.
yeah, it might be. But
But
yeah, you're right.
but
Yeah,
yeah, and it's like this too. It's like so okay, let's be honest, right? How many mid to early 20-year-old guys or females, but guys have any amount of money to do anything
right.
for anybody,
Other
hardly.
than themselves, right? Especially with the
Yeah.
economy the way that it is.
So when you make a motherfucking 22-year-old feel like if he ain't got $150,000 in his checking account, then in a paid for whip and a goddamn house or a condo or whatever in the fuck, and he ain't shit. And when people are being brainwashed by social media to think that's
Bro,
true,
I'll give you
they
a
don't
great
even want to go
example
out
too.
there and talk to the goddamn female and
I
get
would
turned down.
I would show you the video. It was a young couple out on a date. You know how them people be doing them random videos. We're gonna start doing that. We're gonna have a think high random where we just go out and I ask people these random
Bro,
questions.
and I
Right?
live somewhere where motherfuckers vacation, bro. I'm gonna
Oh
get some
yeah, that would be
good
fucking
shit.
awesome. And so it was a young couple, and the dude asked, "Okay, you know what I mean?" He was like, "Yo, you mind if I ask what y'all do for a living and how much is in your bank account, right?" And the one dude, he was like, "You know, I make t-shirts, I make custom clothes and shit, you know, t-shirts and shit." He had on his own little designer shit, you know what I mean? And he was like, "You know, I got like, you know, 10K in my bank account right now or some shit, right? Maybe 5 or 10K, right?" And then they asked the girl, and she was like, "Oh, I got like 700K." And he looked at her like, "What? You got
Oh
700K in
yeah,
your bank?"
I seen that.
And
And
then
he
she
was
was
like, he was like, why the fuck am I be buying every goddamn thing? The
She's like,
fuck?
"Because you're the man." That's exactly what
Yeah.
her answer
And
was,
that
bro.
motherfucker, bro, his face, that you can tell that shit wasn't fake. Now I point out a lot of them
Hell,
videos is fake, but
yeah.
that motherfucker right there, that shit hit him. He was like,
Hit him
the
like a shit
fuck?
ton of bricks, bro. He was like, "This broad been playing me, bro." He like, "I work hard for
And he
every
was like,
penny I fucking got, bitch." And you,
then he
but look,
said,
no, he
how
said,
do
"How
you
you
got
get
that money?
700?" Yeah, she said,
There
"My
you go,
dad gave it
my
to
dad.
me."
And then he
My
was like,
dad.
oh.
Oh.
Hey, he could have knocked that girl out
Bro,
with a
the look
slap at
on
that
his
point.
face was like,
Um,
"Oh my
and I'm
god."
not. Hey, let me say real quick, I'm not saying that it's cool to hit women because you're mad that they've been using you for money. I'm just saying, I could tell that if he would have swung on somebody, it was going to be with some goddamn furious fucking anger
And
because
then they wonder why men's
this
mental
dude's
health
trying to
is, you know what I
establish
mean?
himself,
Like,
and this bitch over here with almost a milli in the goddamn bank account,
and she don't got
and
no job or
and didn't
anything.
even work for this shit.
It was her dad who was like, who I guess he probably trades. He probably was some kind of, working Wall
And
Street.
yeah, he
Yeah,
put that goddamn money in her bank
yeah, he
account.
put, yeah.
Motherfucker ain't stupid. Shit, I do that same shit, by the
Yeah.
way. Goddamn.
And that shit is just fucked up because she's like, "Well, my dad gave it to me, you know what
Hey,
I mean?
my
And you're
daughter
the
had
man of the
credit at 6.
relationship."
Bro, my daughter had credit at 6 years old, homie.
Oh, that's how you got to do it, bro.
Already. That's how that's how the elite rich do it any fucking way.
Oh yeah, ain't
I
nothing
bet
wrong with
you.
it. They're
Hey,
allowed
I
to make
knew.
so much
I
money a year, and you can, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah, you pay him. Fuck it.
Yep, fuck yeah.
Pay him.
But yeah, so like,
Motherfucker.
and then you wonder where men's mental health. Because you know what? Let me tell y'all something, right? And I hate to make it seem like it's like men versus women because it ain't really. You know what I mean? I'm happily married. You know
Me
what I'm
too.
saying? But I'll tell
I
you like
better.
this,
Let me say that real loud, just in case for my wife. Me too.
right?
Happy as fuck.
Happy as fuck, right? But to be honest, I just want to let y'all know, most men, we do things for women. Do you really think that? And I ain't even gonna say for women, like in that sense, like that. I think like we have this role that we want to fulfill, and it's like the powers that be try everything they can to make that communication between men and women so far fucked up. But
Mm-hmm.
that's why we do this. We don't. You mean like what the fuck? Do you think a dude was trying to drive fast in a car just because he liked driving fast? No, because his girl saw him do it and it made her panties wet, and he was like, "Oh shit, the women
Yeah.
like when I ride bulls and do exciting shit or build skyscrapers
Has
or like
anybody
we
seen?
built whole murals for like whole." Like y'all don't even get it. Like the things men do for
Bro, I
women,
did
like
a whole goddamn house for my wife. I would have never did the stuff that I did here. Are you
right.
fucking kidding me? Have you seen them pictures where it's one room, there's a goddamn TV, a mattress on the floor, and a
Yes,
computer and a
that's
phone?
us.
That
Yes.
hey, if I was not married, bro, I don't give a motherfuck. That's exactly what my shit would look like.
Absolutely. And then women don't understand how we can listen.
Because
Let me
before I
say
met
this,
my
right?
wife, I was living exactly like that.
Let me just speak for the men, all right? So like, let me preach. Church, right? Here we go. Look. They tell us that we like, you know, they're like the BBLs. Why are all these women getting BBLs? When you ask men, they like natural. Okay. Right. All right. So another one. They say, oh, look at my hair. I got my hair done. Look at my extensions. Look at all this fake shit I just put in my head. And we don't give a fuck. We've never said, damn, look at the eyelashes on that girl. Never. Ever. But they do all of this shit that we don't even want them to do, thinking that
All
that's
you
what we
gotta do
want.
is ask this one question: who is in charge of the beauty industry?
Oh,
It's
man, that pussy
not
better be made of
men.
gold.
If the
Right.
beauty industry is not controlled by men,
Mhm.
then who's coming up with
It's
all
just that
this
it's like
shit?
look how far disconnected we are. You know what I mean? Like women are doing all of this extra shit that they
Old
don't
man
have to
said, "Pussy
do.
better be made of gold."
Facts.
Shit, it better
Facts.
feel better than gold, though. God damn it.
Gotta throw it up in the air, shit turning sunshine. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you absolutely right though. But like, look what that does to a man's mental health. Because like I said, there's a lot of shit that we do for women. Like we wanted to build a legacy. We want to build a family. We want to build a kingdom. We want to find that perfect woman who's gonna be our cheerleader and support us and be actually feminine, not like a dating a dude. You know what I mean? Who are like, yeah, I don't need you. I could do it by myself. What you
Right.
coming to the table with this? What you come to the table with? Shit
All
is
right.
getting out of the hand. Like,
Check this out. I
what
got
up?
one for you.
What's up,
And I know we're not even on the notes like we were supposed to be today, but
man? We
still, check,
men.
think, we got all
Fuck it.
month, right?
Yeah,
All right.
let's
So
be
think about
men.
this:
Talk about it.
where, and why did the term "man cave" ever come about? Because I'll tell you real quick. Because the whole house is the woman's, right? And the man was like, "Shit, I have me a little goddamn space, little man
Oh
cave."
my
Now,
god, that's
think
crazy.
about this though, bro.
Yeah.
Now it's not just the woman's house and the man cave. It's she's got a goddamn she shed
Yep.
also.
Yep.
So now the motherfucker that had a goddamn tool shed outside,
Bro.
that bitch done got converted into a she shed.
Bro.
And look,
Women.
and then it's like we don't need the tools. We'll just hire someone to come do everything.
Bro.
Motherfucker, I got a goddamn shed outside with all kind of fucking tools, bro. I
You know
do
what that
all my
reminds
shit.
me of?
You know what
You
I'm
know what that
saying?
reminds me of, my nigga? That reminds me of the women complaining that they didn't have a whole NBA system, and then they got it, and then no women show
Nobody
up to
showed
watch
up.
them, bro. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like they was like,
You really think a bunch of women really want to watch another bunch of women play basketball? Fuck
women don't
fucking
even
no,
like
bro.
women, bro. They don't even like each
No.
other. My wife
Women
don't even
watch
have that
men
many
play
friends.
basketball
I mean, neither
because
do I,
when
but
men play
yeah.
basketball, women like to watch a man doing something. The only women that's gonna watch women's basketball is a lesbian, and half of them don't give a goddamn fuck about uh
it's just
basketball anyway.
it's just the truth though, you know what I mean?
Like,
Like
think about
just
it. Like,
truthfully speaking, yeah, that's the same thing though. Like you a lot of times like we want this so-called equality, right? This the thing called equality. Like we're the same, I should get paid as much as you and all of this other shit. You know what I mean? And
right?
then but then you have women who are on OnlyFans, you know what I mean, doing nasty shit
Yeah,
and
like,
getting paid way more than the average man out there who busting his
look,
fucking
the only
knuckles.
dude,
And then
the
they be
only guys that's on OnlyFans making money are doing it for gay guys.
yes.
No woman is going to OnlyFans and paying
But
for
that
a goddamn thing,
but
bro.
that's what's so wild about it. You know what I mean? And then the just checking on this is just to speak on us men and mental health and our mental health about the shit. Like and we support the shit. You know what I mean? Like these motherfuckers is buying subscriptions. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like
Like
so
the
I'm holding
like
us accountable on that end too. Like
right,
damn, like we allowed
right.
this
But
shit.
at the same time, the motherfucker that buys the subscription is also treated like a fucking bitch ass motherfucker by the
Yeah.
person that he's like. The shit is just totally fucking throwed off, bro.
Yeah, bro. I
It's like,
completely fucking
like it's
agree, man.
like it's like I'm showing myself naked, whatever it is. If I'm doing an exercise or if I'm fucking somebody, I'm
Right.
on OnlyFans naked. And the motherfucker that pays for that subscription, I'm gonna talk shit, talk down on them. So
Yeah.
then that's when the man is like, "What? Wait a minute, bro! Like,
So
what's
not
wrong with
only so
you?"
not only is you getting paid just because you look good, you know what I'm saying, and you're getting on camera, you know what I'm saying? Like not only that now you're saying, well, I'm preying on these cats all their vulnerability. Now that same cat, right? He might be some kind of nerd dude who might not necessarily get the buns, or he might have a bad he ain't got no good
He might,
relationship skills. You know what I'm saying?
or he, for the most part, I think most people that subscribe to like porn and shit like that, for real, I think they got like a little sex addict
Yes, yeah,
situation going on.
more than likely because that
And
shit is
so,
just
what are
like a
women doing
drug.
right there? They're fucking preying on the goddamn addiction. I mean, come on, man. Like, everybody knows that pussy's addicted and the ass. And I mean, come on, man. Like,
Hmm. Well, everybody's praying. The
and
Satan
this is
trails a nigga
men's
around,
mental
bro.
health. Like,
Yeah.
men,
Hmm.
contrary to your fucking bitch ass mainstream media belief,
That's not all we think about.
men are under attack
Hmm.
all which away, bro. Like, think about it. Like, if I watch a music video, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna see a half naked female on there.
For
Now,
sure.
if my wife's sitting beside me, am I supposed to watch that motherfucker? Am I supposed to turn my head? What do I do? Because if I watch it, I might make her feel some kind of way, and I don't want to do that. But if I turn my head, she's gonna be like, "Oh, he don't want to fucking watch that because you know what I'm saying?" Like,
Yeah.
so I'm just that. It's just a small little
It's a
fucking thing
double
I'm
answer.
talking
You
about
damned
there.
if you do, you damned if you don't.
Exactly.
But you
And
know what I
there's
mean? Like,
so
but it's
many
out.
different things like that for men
Yeah.
that if you cross that goddamn line, you're a
Yeah.
toxic motherfucker. It's like, what the whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right.
No, I'm
And then
just watching a music video.
but see, and then we have women validating like all the wrong shit about a man. Like there should be women who validate men who are actually doing some shit out here. You know what I mean? Or at least trying. You know what I mean? The validation should be there.
Right.
Like
The
my wife
woman
is
that lays
always
up in the house and don't do a goddamn thing for nobody, she don't have the right to down anybody
nah, not at all,
or
bro.
set standards for someone. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
But we've gotten to that where we allow that shit to fucking and then we do it fucks up the men in the end because instead of holding the women accountable for being what they should be, you know what I mean? We fucking just
Right.
take it. We just
And a
take it and
lot of
shut the
this
fuck up. You know what I
a
mean?
lot of this stuff that I'm talking about, I'm kind of like directing it towards younger, like, like younger men, because
Yeah,
like younger men are the ones that are getting affected by it the most. It shows because
yeah.
like I know several guys that are like 18, 19, 20 years old,
I know some
and
young
they
cats.
know a ton of people their age and younger and a little bit older, whatever, that they're still virgins. And bro, that shit was fucking unheard of when I was in goddamn school, man.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I know some young dudes.
Motherfucker, you 18 and you still
They
ain't
ain't
what?
virgins, right? But these little dudes will not commit to anything, bro.
Oh
Like
hell no.
even if
Well,
it's a
that's what I
good,
was gonna say.
even
The
if they
next
do
is,
get a good girl, right?
even if they do, it still don't mean that they're nothing serious
Hmm.
is ever
They
going to try
they
to become
don't,
of it.
bro. They won't have no babies with them. They won't
Nope.
you know what I mean? They treat them like because and then you see who these girls like. They like Cardi B and they like Nicki Minaj and they talk about I don't need a nigga. I get my own money. Da 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 da. I'm a boss bitch and all of this other shit. I'm an alpha female. I don't know
Right.
what the fuck that don't even make no
Right,
goddamn
but
sense.
okay,
But
perfect example. So why? Let's ask ourselves this: why would Offset cheat on Cardi B? You know what I mean? Like in all, because according to mainstream everything, Cardi B is like a dream for most guys. So if Cardi B is so great and everything that she tells these little girls to be is so great, then why is her husband cheated on her multiple times, bro?
hmm
But but
I know why.
but
Shit,
I've never cheated on my wife once.
me neither.
Never even thought about that shit.
Hell
So
no.
it's like either Offset's just a piece of
Takes too
shit
much
ass
energy to
motherfucker.
do stupid shit like that.
Right. It's like Offset's either a piece of shit ass motherfucker, but every dude Cardi B's been with has probably cheated on her.
Mhm.
Because obviously she don't
Don't
show
cook,
enough.
don't clean. Don't you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they
Like,
like what the
okay,
fuck?
cool.
And then they wonder why men's mental health be like, man, like no offense, like I ain't trying to be like that chauvinist. Oh, but like the back in the day, like our
But like, this is
grandparents,
just men's mental health, though. At the end of the day, this
yeah,
ain't women's mental health. This
yeah,
is
you
men's.
right.
So
Our grandparents was a great example of like a good dynamic. You know what I mean? Like not that not that my grandmother all she did was sit at home and be a housewife type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she did shit too. She went out. She fucking had a job and was a nurse and had degrees in nursing and shit. Was a midwife. All over the fucking state of Ohio and even in New York. But the dynamic of what they were trying to do, they always fulfilled their part of the fucking circle.
agreement,
Or
arrangement,
the yin and the yang. You know what I mean?
right?
He was never she never overstepped her masculine boundaries, and he never overstepped his feminine boundaries. He let her be completely in her feminine and him in his complete masculine, and she didn't
Right.
tear him down for being masculine, and he didn't tear her down for being
And
feminine.
and I bet he didn't tear her down for her masculine traits.
No, not at
Like
all.
if somebody said something wrong and she stood up and like, whoa, 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 he probably wasn't
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
No,
So it's
no,
a
right.
true balance. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it is because sometimes bro. You know how many times my woman has said what I was gonna say. And it looks like that Sparta movie when his wife said something and then the dude was like,
Exactly.
tell that woman to watch her tongue. He's like, hold on,
Uh,
nigga, that's my queen. She can say what the fuck she want in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
and come on, man, and she tougher than you. She'll probably beat your ass. So
Yep.
what the fuck
And
is you talking about? You know what
well,
I mean?
and
So
think
yeah.
about this too, bro. Like, so men in a lot of instances are, and I know women, we could go down that route too, but this is men's mental health. So men are used as like tools
Yeah,
by women to get certain things done or accomplished.
facts.
So like if my wife comes in and she's like, now we got a good balance. This is
Right.
not toxic shit. I'm just saying that like if she comes in and she's like, I can't reach that. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my ass up, stand up, and reach the shit.
Because
You
you
know what I
like
mean,
6
or
foot and
whatever it
shit. No,
is.
I get it.
Um, Now, if my wife was like a little more toxic or whatever, she might get into it with somebody, and she might say, "You better shut the fuck up, for my husband beats your ass."
Right.
And if they was like, "Oh, I bet he won't," and she'd be like, she'd look at me, I'd get up and I'd beat that motherfucker's ass. And
Hmm.
it's not because I really wanted to; it's just because my woman basically said, "Hey, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
motherfucker."
Well,
And so,
you know when, you know what I'm saying? Like like all right, my
so
woman
men
has
get used
right.
also, because
Yeah.
I know there's the big thing is like women get used, men get used all the way
You know
down the
what?
fucking board, all the way down to
Can
being
I give
used
the
as a
ladies some advice today? Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this, ladies, and it might sound fucked up when I say this, but this works for men too. So this is good advice for men and women right now, okay? But I want to speak directly to the ladies and say y'all need to choose or know when to shut the fuck up. A lot of time, and that goes for men too. You know what I mean? A lot of times you just shut the fuck up. Let her be in her emotions, and then just
mm-hmm.
shut the fuck up. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. You don't always have to fix it, guys. You know what I mean?
No.
That go just for your mental health, just to let you know, because understanding a woman's mind is a complex situation, and you're not gonna always get it. Sometimes let them
Well,
be
nine
themselves. And I'm
nine
telling you,
times out
ladies.
of ten, if you're trying to be that dude that's going to try to fix everything that she comes to you with,
Yeah,
it
it's gonna
ain't
be
gonna
annoying
work,
to her.
buddy.
Nah, yeah, it's gonna annoy her because you have to also empower her. You gotta kind of and be her cheerleader, empower her. Like, baby, you can make it through whatever the fuck you're going through. But at the same time, so for the ladies, just know when to shut the fuck up. Because my wife, I asked her, you know what I mean? Because she's like, look, I just know when to shut the fuck up. Like, there's times when you're not supposed to say any fucking thing. Okay, like you could be in public and some shit could pop off. Don't and if your man is like, don't sometimes just don't say nothing. Okay, let your man fucking handle what the fucking needs to be handled. And then behind closed doors, you say, hey baby, I appreciate what you was trying to do earlier today, but this is what you know what I mean. You ain't got to do that for me. You know what I mean. I have the ability to. You don't got to speak for me or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? For
Right.
the first, say
I
that
don't
shit
need
behind closed
you to
doors, bro. You
step in and blah blah blah.
Right. You
But
ain't
there's
say that
no
shit behind closed doors. Don't say that shit in public. Like, nah, I got this, babe. Watch the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, don't be obnoxious like that. If it's a situation like that, let your man handle it. There's so many situations where we've been in, and I just look at my wife, and she'll give me the nod of approval or not to be able to act a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
and it's just like that. And she knows how you feel and everything like that. She allows me to live in my masculinity. She lets me lead. There's no manipulation there in how the kingdom is led. You know what I mean? If she feels I'm going taking us a wrong way or wrong direction, she don't be like, "Hey, you ain't shit. That's why
Right.
this ain't get done." She like, "Nah, hey baby, look, I know you've been focused on this, but I need your attention over here real quick." You know what I mean? And then boom, boom, like and vice versa with men too. I mean, but it's hard talking to these nowadays women as a man. I tell my son, and I'm telling him I'm trying to raise my daughters to not be like this Cardi B or like any of these broads or any of these personas that they put
Well,
out here. You know what I mean?
I think that we hit on it really good yesterday, but like how the manipulation of I don't need a man.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks, old
okay.
man.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, oh, okay.
You right.
Okay, so you don't but do you want a man?
The dynamic is
Because I bet because if you're not lesbian, then you do want a man. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Even if you're I got a bunch of lesbian friends. They want a man
Well,
around.
listen, bro. I don't think that
You know what I'm saying?
lesbians are completely gay, in my opinion, because they still use fake dicks. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to be like, well, you're just I don't know what you want to call it. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
either way you put it, it is a synthetic. You know, there's a penis involved, no matter how you look at it. You know what I mean? Whether it's a fake one or a real one. You know what I mean? Or so that shit's a confusing situation as is. But
Right.
in regards to our men's mental health, like I think that if we could have a better dynamic with our women, then like our mental health would improve tremendously. I don't think we should let these stereotypes and like these actors portray what the role should be for us.
Exactly.
I think it should be
But
just a natural thing.
because you know what? A lot of times these people that say this I'm all about progressive
Yeah,
ideas and movements, but these people that say you should live these progressive lives, they're not living them.
right. And a lot of times that
So,
shit can go to an extreme. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I
I don't
think
want y'all to think.
landscape.
I don't want to. Yo, that's a dope. I was wondering what the fuck that was.
Yeah, that's the landscape. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Nah, you good. But I want people to realize that a lot of the men's mental health is will come from the relationships that we have with the opposite sex. If you're straight, if you're a straight male, and I can only speak from that perspective, in the situation, and the divide is so great that we got like a lot of work to do when it comes to building that bridge back to each other, because if we're looking at it as a whole, so the macro of it, you have feminine and the masculine, and we're unbalanced right now. We have females who are trying to fulfill masculine roles and males that are trying to fulfill feminine roles.
Exactly.
And it's okay to
If
be
we did,
balanced. You know what I mean? You're supposed to have the balance. So that's what don't not be balanced. So obviously, an emotional man is okay, and a tomboyish girl is also okay. You know what I mean? But I'm there has to be a balance. You know what I mean? And if we don't work on that with each other, you know what I mean, then both of our mental health is going to be fucked up. Because when we talk about women's mental health, when we get some women on here just to ask them some crazy fucking
we
questions, then it's going to
we
get
don't
interesting.
need we don't need to have boxes. You know what I
Nah,
mean? Like it just needs to be open source all the time.
yeah, all the time, right?
Not just Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Like not just Google, but we're on the
Yeah,
all open source all the time.
open source,
So
open
like,
source mental health.
my wife is like she owns salons, bro. She's girly. But
Right.
at the same time she played fucking softball.
But bro,
You
bro,
know what I
she
mean?
owns
And
salons. Look, she owns salons. Okay,
she
now
owns salons,
that
and a
she's a
lot of
owner,
times
she's a business owner,
she
but
goes
some
in
people will
that
call that a
motherfucker.
masculine trait, right?
Right.
And
But
that's what. Yeah,
And
I
think
feel
about
you
this
though.
though.
That's the confusion though too.
She'll go in that motherfucker and do whatever she's doing, bro, with no makeup on.
Yeah,
But then sometimes she's like, "Oh, I got to put my makeup on." There's not a box. There's
right,
not a way a woman should act, and there's not a
right,
way a man should act.
right,
If a dude is going to stand up and be the leader of the situation, and his woman is allowing that to happen, or riding in the car with him while it's going on, or whatever it is, why the fuck do people care?
right.
That's the thing that drives me crazy. Why do
Yeah.
you give a fuck if my wife is dominant or what's the word?
And then what's but like
Hold
how
on,
do you
what's the
really?
opposite of hold on? What's the opposite of
I get what you're
dominant?
saying.
No, hold on. What's the word though?
I'm trying
What
to. You got me beat, bro.
submissive? Okay, so
Submissive,
what
submissive.
does it
Okay, yeah.
matter to the next person if my wife is dominant in the relationship
But
or submissive,
to be a good
or
man,
vice versa?
to be a good man, right? To your woman, or to be a good man even in society, there's a level of submission. There's a level of submission that you have to listen. You can't be a leader unless you know how to follow as well. Like you've mastered, okay, I understand what taking directions and working together to make something happen without being the one who decides things.
You
Then
see how important
yeah,
it can be. You know what I mean?
exactly. So it's like you can't be a good leader if you haven't didn't once was a follower, and that just goes for the dynamic between the men and the women. Like I'm not going to take. I'm taking my wife's advice when it comes to sewing or doing shit that she's good at, right? Growing, gardening, you know what I mean? And anything like she's teaching me how to garden, you know what I mean? She's the one teaching me how to be a fucking farmer, you know what I'm saying? And that's her, you know what I'm saying? That's what she does, what she loves to do. Just like your wife would be the one to teach you how to cut some hair, you know what I mean? You wouldn't just fucking, and that's okay. But when it comes to another subject like how to write a rap or fucking or how to fucking turn turn a fucking 10 into 50 and she trying to look at you know what I mean, it might be me who might be like, yo, let me lead you on where to go on how to do what you're trying to do when you're doing it. You know what I mean? But we as men, we do have to find ways to be there's ways to be submissive. We have to be like Adam wasn't submissive to Lilith and he lost his first wife, according to the story, just because he didn't want to let her ride the dick. Like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like, I'll submit. Go ahead. My knees hurt. Had a long day at work. Had a long day at work. Baby, it's on you.
Exactly. I got my mic muted because there's a blower out here.
I hear them. They
It's
getting
on
it. Ain't
this.
nothing wrong with it. I got my fucking what's the name on too. I don't know if y'all could probably hear that, but that dynamic though, it has to be like you said. It can't be a box. Like what's technically considered like owning a business is a masculine behavior. I don't believe that, and I don't like how people say that type of shit. Like if your wife wants to be a boss type, or own her own business, then that's a masculine trait. I don't believe that. I think
Well, I also like I
construed
don't
what that
believe
is.
in the whole thing about like because I feel like this. I feel like it's not a woman's job, nor is it her existence or reason for existing to have kids.
Yeah,
I feel like a woman should have kids if she wants to
if
have
she want to have
kids.
kids, right?
If a woman doesn't want to have kids, it's a more responsible, more feminine, because this trait would be considered feminine, caring, stuff like that. It's a more feminine thing to do to just not have a kid because you know for a fact you don't want kids. You don't want to
Right,
take care of a kid. So if you
right,
have a kid, you're going to either have to abort the kid or you're going
right,
to have to give the kid away.
right. You don't want
And
to do right,
so it's a more feminine trait quality to protect everyone around, even the unborn child, by saying, you know
right.
what, I'm not even going to do it.
Well, people don't get decisions like that. How it's a duality. So like when you do
Or
one
think about
thing,
this, Jason.
yeah,
What if a man comes to his wife and says, "Hey, I want to have a kid, or I want to have another kid"? Does that make him a fucking woman? Basically, no. It's
right,
a motherfucking man that comes to his woman and is like, "Hey, I want to have another
right,
kid."
right. To want to
You know what
right,
I'm saying? So what's so different? You know what I mean?
well, it's been we could talk about it tomorrow. I think definitely we'll dive into how corrupted the media has been towards making people portray men a certain way
School
and
systems
portray
also.
masculinity. We'll see. We'll look up the relationship between media and masculinity, and we'll look up men's mental health in the media in school and how it's affected, like in
I don't know
lifestyles.
why, bro, but your mic sounds real good right now.
Thank you. Well, yeah,
Just
I
saying,
came.
whatever. If you just did something different,
No,
I
I
would.
just came out of my basement. That's why.
Oh,
In,
okay,
in my I had my dehumidifier running down there, so it kind
gotcha.
of makes like
Muffle.
a muffle. Yeah, it makes it. I guess you want to call it a white noise sound. They used to do that type of shit in call centers, so that you know what I mean.
You can't hear all the shit going on
Yeah, you
behind
can't
you.
hear all this shit
The
going. Yeah,
next
but
motherfucker talking. I used to wonder about that shit. I'm like, damn, how don't we, like sometimes you can overhear,
yeah,
but
you
for the
got to be
most part,
listening for it. It's a certain frequency. It's just a white
yeah,
noise frequency. You know what I mean? And it does something to your brain too. But that's some whole other shit. But I'm really interested. You know, we'll get it. We'll definitely dive into that shit. And we know we'll probably get out of here next 20 minutes. So I did. There was another talking point that I had in here in the notes, because we kind of covered a lot of shit, right?
yeah.
But what I
I
didn't
mean, I
know,
don't know. I don't know what. I haven't even looked at the notes.
that's what's up, because we
Uh,
definitely hit some of these points, and that's what's dope about it, because you didn't even look at it. But they did have, there is proof, because I remember I was telling you it wasn't taking me further than the 90s, and then they had some shit about the 60s and shit. But ancient Greece and Rome, and they had ideas about masculinity and mental health. Um, and they used it as a reason, like with for control of of strength. Like it was more like the masculinity was like being a samurai in a farmer's field. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, I can farm, but just know that I can kill you too. You know what I mean? It was used for
right.
control strength. You know what I mean? Like, that's how the ancient Greece and the Romans looked at masculinity. um Let me see here. Seeing this shit, that's so crazy, because that was ancient Greece and Rome, and then it jumped straight to the Industrial Revolution, where men's roles shifted right to like to agriculture industry, and creating new shit. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Um, and then it goes into World War I and World War II, which was like a shell shock, was combat stress. This is all about men's mental health, like over the generations for men. So the two world wars, then the 50s and the 60s, traditional masculinity ideals were solidified, emphasizing toughness and emotional control. Which to me, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of people will call that toxic. Um, and then it moved into the 70s and the 80s. It was a men's liberation movement in the 70s and 80s, which encouraged emotional expression. But guess what? That progress was shut down and limited. Isn't that crazy though, right? Like, so 70s and 80s, right? There was a men's liberation movement that did encourage
And
men to
I was about to
express
say,
themselves.
um, it's odd how there was like so the hippie era. We all know about the psychedelics that came into really the belief system of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then then you say the 70s and 80s was like like almost a
A
revolution
men's
over
liberation
men's
movement.
feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they want to be liberated to be able to express their feelings and stuff. And then all of a sudden, HIV comes about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so what? So wait.
That's fucking weird,
So
bro.
the 90s, right? So the 90s and 2000, right? Mental health awareness was increased for men, but gender specific approaches were scarce. So
So you're telling me that for some reason, the more popular and the more mainstream that gay got, the more mental help was needed for men.
yeah,
That's interesting.
but gender specific approaches were scarce. So it's like they had mental health, but they didn't have much gender specific, like just for men or just for women. So this women's mental health and men's mental health is still, I guess, a new thing. If we're talking about even straight from ancient Greece, just a short timeline all the way up into the 2000s.
hmm
Um, and then like for this era, I guess there's been growing recognition of men's mental health needs, challenges, and complexities, and that's just a
Right.
short a list of the milestones that men's mental health went through. And it's we kind of hit on a lot of subjects that were, involved with that, because we were born in these times in the 70s and the 80s. So like I didn't even know that there was a men's liberation movement that was, in the
I didn't
70s and
either.
the 80s. You know
Never
what I
even
mean? That
fucking
that
thought
I
of it. See,
Yeah,
that's how crazy it is. Like, see, even me, which is completely open book to whatever, and
right,
anybody that wants to know anything about me, I'll tell you right fucking now. You know what I mean? Like, it's
right.
not that big of a deal. Um, that's kind of how I liberated myself. Was just
Facts.
like, fuck it. You know what I mean? But I've never thought of that, and that's because I'm conditioned to not
Right,
think that way. I'm conditioned to think that there would never be a reason for a bunch of men to get together and want to be liberated and be able to feel how they want to
right,
feel. Does that mean like they wanted to be gay?
right. I don't know. I don't
You know
know.
what I mean? Like, I
That's
mean,
a
I don't
good
know, because
question.
the motherfucking 70s, 80s, and 90s is a fucking weird little time for the whole
That
gay
well, I mean, yeah, because
stuff.
at the same time they had like marijuana madness campaigns to tell people like marijuana was turning people fucking crazy and gay and shit.
Yeah.
Like they had a
Like
whole
that definitely
campaign
didn't
about
happen. I
it.
don't give a fuck. There's not one time in history that has ever been
Right?
real that fucking cannabis or the name marijuana that they gave it when they made it illegal in the
Yeah,
United States of a motherfucking America. They've never once ever been someone that went crazy from smoking
yeah,
just
or want to have sex
marijuana.
with the opposite sex, or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like just
Or
wanting to be
anything.
gay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That weed madness shit, like that shit was so, that propaganda, that movement was so crazy. And if you think about it in there, like there's all of these LGBT movements, and some people think like, is it attack on masculinity? It's not an attack on masculinity until you say that I'm homophobic because I wouldn't
Right.
date
Well,
another man. You know what I
what
mean?
about this, bro?
Now you're attacking my personal
This
masculinity
is
just because of that. Yeah.
this is completely not to do with men's mental health, really. But what do you think makes someone want to have sex more, weed or alcohol?
Alcohol.
Alcohol makes you do some fucked up goddamn shit that you would never ever think about doing
Yeah.
when you're not drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marijuana, that motherfucker will make you not do some stupid shit.
Yeah.
You just
Even
sit
if
down
you
and be like,
wanted
ah,
to.
damn, I don't know, man. I'm thinking about my whole shit right now, bro. Like,
I might as well just keep my ass in the crib.
I'm
Sorry.
just thinking, I'm in such deep thought right now. Like, I'm really aware of everything. And when you're drunk, you're not in deep thought aware of everything. You're just doing whatever in the fuck. Yeah.
Absolutely, bro.
Ain't no way no fucking cannabis made somebody go crazy.
I
That's
know, right? Or that's another attack, like I said, on the men's mental health. I don't think like how mental health itself is so just like more directed towards every other demographic than men. You know what I
let
mean?
me
Like we
throw
talk
this out
about the
there.
women and the children's mental health, but yeah,
If it was known that after work, instead of having a drink, or on vacation, instead of having a drink, you smoked a joint, a bowl, a blunt, a vape,
mm-hmm,
or whatever you want to call it, even eating edibles. If
mm-hmm,
it was mainstream like that, how much better would men's mental health be?
yeah. I mean, it's shaped by various factors that we talked about. Could be your biology
And
or
I
your
we could say
genetics.
everybody's mental health, but we're just talking
Yeah,
about men, so
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
like,
And you could say, some people are fucking their mental health is fucked up because of their father, right? And then you have the social and the cultural norms,
you
and then
could
you
say
have,
that you're fucked up because your mom. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
that too.
You
But let's
could
just keep
say
it
that
on the
you're
men.
fucked up. You could say that you're fucked up because your wife's PMS.
I mean that too. All of that's a unbalance. You know what I mean?
Women
Like
always forget about that. Like, we got to deal with y'all with that bullshit.
no. And then what
Ain't nobody got time for all that
I was
goddamn
telling
shit.
somebody the other day. I said, man, the devil didn't even lie to Eve, and she still ate that shit. People
Right?
keep saying the devil deceived her. He ain't even lie. I was like, he told her exactly what would happen if she ate that shit. And he told her the truth and she ate it. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't lie. I'm like, where did the devil lie? Where did he lie about? He said that if you eat from this tree, you know everything God knows because it was a
Yeah.
tree of fucking knowledge. He didn't fucking lie. So, sorry, that's a whole. So people be like, oh, well, you know, it was a
Adam
man.
tried to tell her too. He was like,
Right?
"Look,"
He's like,
he's
nah,
like,
baby.
"Look, this tree. You know what
We
I'm
can't do
saying?"
it. We can't do this
She
one.
was like, "Man, fuck that. I got me a
No.
side dude, and this motherfucker told me to eat the goddamn fruit." Whew, boy. Like, why are men
Oh
blamed for
man.
everything? Because is the male masculine toxicity, does it go all the way back to the Bible story?
I mean,
Because people are like, since the beginning of time, which first of all, we know Adam and Eve isn't the fucking beginning of time. But
right.
anyway, since Adam and Eve are the beginning of time, women have been blamed for everything. Well, motherfucker, maybe, hey, who wrote the goddamn story? Not me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro, I feel you, man. And it's not really like, a bash. It's like, we just feeling ourselves because it's men's mental health awareness. We
Right.
know
No,
that
ain't
we're
no
valid.
bash to it. It's
You know what I
just,
mean? My
if
wife,
it sounds like a bash, it might just be because it's true and you just
oh
getting,
yeah, you in your
might get your
feelings a
feelings
little
hurt.
bit. You know what I mean? But I think from as men, I think we should encourage all of this type of critical thinking about our emotions and everything that's going on
Shit,
in
Bitcoin
society.
71,600 and Stacks. Lou, I know you listening. Lou, Stacks is $2.42 and it's running. Oh, it's going down. By the way. Anyway, sorry.
Hell yeah, motherfuckers excited. That's part of a happy or a healthy men's mental health is a good stable financial life.
I know, right?
Most men aren't, who aren't
Hey,
mentally
bro.
stable. They
Let
have
me throw
financial
something out
issues
there
too.
real quick, man. You
Yeah.
might even be interested in this shit. All right, so there's a place. This is men's mental health because this would be really good for a man's mental health, I believe. It doesn't even matter. Like, you don't have to be the most outdoorsy type guy. You know what I mean? But just think about this. So there's a lake in Alabama and Georgia. It's called Lake Eufaula. There's Lake Eufaula's and Eufaula things all over the country, but this is
Hmm.
in Alabama and Georgia, Lake Eufaula. So there's a place called Eufaula, a town or whatever you want to call it, in Alabama. That's Eufaula, Alabama. But if you go across the bridge, then you're in Georgia. And so that's called Georgetown, Georgia. It's not like Georgetown, South Carolina, or Georgetown, whatever, North Carolina, whatever it is. It's Georgetown, Georgia. It's like South Georgia, right? So there's a place there called Whispering Pines. Bro, they got these motherfucking mobile homes there, man, for like $70,000, homie. Right on the goddamn lake. You got a
Damn.
dock, everything, bro. You buy that bitch for 70,000. One, well, this is various prices. You know what I'm saying? Somebody
Right.
owns them, whatever. They're just trying to sell. But and then it's only 100. You're in a community, so you got like a HOA fee, but it's only $125 a month, and that includes your sewage, your water,
Oh
the
yeah.
landscaping bill, like the mower. You know, people come, they take care of the property. You got a swimming pool. You got a boat. Like, you can build your own boat dock, or if the house you buy already has a boat dock, then it comes with it. If not, there's a public or a private boat dock for just people that live there, and it's a private neighborhood, and it's right on the fucking lake, bro. And I
Damn.
mean, I'm just like, man, like, I'm thinking about buying one of them bitches and renting it out as like an Airbnb. It's
Oh, that'd be
perfect.
fire. Yeah.
It's on the fucking lake, bro. And so this is the other thing I was going to tell you about. In that same little area, bro, there's fucking lots of land because this area isn't built up yet. On the lake, bro. $6,000, $10,000,
Damn.
$12,000. So the $6,000 one I'm talking to this person today about, it's a half acre, bro, right on the fucking
Damn.
lake, and it's already got electricity, electrical pole ran to it. So all you need to do is drill a well for water, and then you can put a septic tank in, and you can bam, you can live right fucking there, bro. $6,000. So you already know about the other shit that we've always been talking about
Oh
for land,
yes, yes,
bro.
yes. I just wanna fucking sit and grow grass and watch it grow and chill and tell people get off my lawn.
Bro, fucking think about it, man. A
Oh
motherfucking
man, shit.
a boat dock with a goddamn little
Go
boathouse down
fishing.
there and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. And then you get on the boat, bro, and you can go anywhere. Like, cause this area is set up to where you could ride a boat to the store. Cause the store's got a boat dock. You
No,
could
that's what's
so you
up.
could go gas your boat up while you're still in the water. You know what I mean? You just pull up to the little fucking gas pump at the store in the boat dock. And so the whole area is set up like that. So like what I would do is buy that bitch and just rent it out for Airbnb until I'm ready to, you know what I
Right.
mean, like do something or whatever. But the land, bro, like I'm probably gonna cop some of that land and just sit on it
Yeah,
and
man.
just see
That's
like if it goes up in value. If not, I'll build a goddamn house on that bitch. I'll just keep living where I'm living. And I'll just, you know what I'm saying, man?
yeah.
Like, come on,
Rent
like
that
six
shit out.
thousand
Yeah.
dollars for a fucking lot, bro.
Yeah.
Half acre, and like the acre was like 11,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, and see, like, so that's good for men's mental health because, like,
It is.
why? Because why do we even give a fuck about talking about shit like that? Because
Yeah.
it ain't really about us, bro. Like we
Nah.
talked about earlier, I'm good in one bedroom, motherfucker, with a
Yeah, man.
goddamn old ass car. I don't give a
It's for my
fuck.
women, for my kids. Like I think, like we,
Exactly.
as men, we lost
Like,
that
what if?
old school shit, that honor, that
Like, what if?
discipline,
What
that
if? Like, what about having a cool ass spot that, like, you know what I mean?
what
Like,
about like
it's like
not ever just want to
like the
tarnishing your
Think High
fucking
crew.
name and shit? You know what I mean? It's like cool shit like that. Like we used to have like honor and like I want to build
Right.
a
Or what if,
king.
like,
You know what I
what
mean?
about this? Think High crew having a house at the lake, and then at any
Shit,
time, any one of us could just be
bro.
like, "Hey,
Even
I'm
better,
going
bro.
to the
Guess
lake for a
what?
week, and I'm gonna
Think
have my
High
family
Villa.
with me."
Think High Villa. You know what I mean? We got our own everything, bro. Hell
Yeah,
yeah, bro. I'm
man.
trying to have acres and have a Think High Villa out there where everybody could live stress free. We growing our own food and we making money and just our own electricity, our own everything. Can't nobody, you know what I mean? Like it's something about literally having your own kingdom. And when I mean your own kingdom, I mean obviously with friends and family, y'all can build a
But
kingdom together.
also
But
that kingdom does not exist to a lot of people. The
mm-mm.
full fledged kingdom does not exist to most men without a
No
queen there.
facts. What's a
And I mean,
yeah?
I'm just saying, like, I'm not
This
saying
is a
like somebody
man,
can't.
man.
Right, I'm not saying like somebody's not gonna be, because hey, when what I'm saying, when I was single, shit, I was happy.
Yeah,
Shit, I was fucking a lot of damn. You know what I'm saying?
bro. Like
Hey,
it's
threesomes, all that
purpose
shit, bro. I was
driven.
doing it all.
Purpose.
That shit was amazing. I was fucking all kind of goddamn
Oh,
motherfuckers,
bro,
bro,
being
from
single was
everywhere.
fun, but you know when
Yeah,
you reach an age where I don't know if it kicks in. I think like with all the programming and shit that's happening in the world, especially with the younger generation, this hasn't kicked in for a lot of men. Man, it doesn't kick in to be like, all right, boom, I want to establish a kingdom and it's
right.
not for me, it's for the legacy of me. You know what I
And
mean? Like,
even if even if you're not with somebody, it doesn't
yeah,
mean that you don't still feel that way. And you might be
yeah.
searching for that person or that situation, but it's just, I've heard, bro, I talk to a lot of people that are single and they're like, man, this dating shit is bullshit these
Bro,
days,
I know,
bro.
bro. A lot of
Like,
young
motherfucker don't
dudes,
even
yeah.
date. They just swipe, 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 choose somebody
Yep.
to go have sex with on the
Yep.
goddamn app, and
App.
that's it.
Yep.
Hey, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, that's because who wants to deal with each other when we're both programmed to be what the other doesn't need? You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
women programmed to be masculine, and men are being programmed to be feminine. You know what I
And
mean?
I
So
think that right there is the perfect area and place to stop.
yes,
You
sir.
just said it. You said it, the whole mouthful. Men and women are programmed to function in ways that they usually don't naturally
Function.
Like they can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's always a chance for a man to be more
We
feminine,
have
a
choice.
woman to be more masculine, all that shit. But just in general, naturally, a
Yeah.
man wants to protect the woman.
Yeah,
That's
naturally.
just how it is. There is nowhere on this earth that naturally a woman stands up to protect a man.
Even a gay dude. I don't give a
Exactly.
fuck. I'll say
Even a
all
gay dude.
dudes. I'll say
Yeah.
all dudes have an
Men.
instinctual. You
Men.
ain't go ahead and touch a gay dude mama.
Even men that
Touch a
dress
gay
like
dude mama
women.
and see what happened.
Even men that dress like women, way more than just
Right.
gay. Even men
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm saying, they still
Yes.
ready.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's just a natural thing. We can't help it, bro. Like I've seen it
Exactly.
happen so many times. You know what I mean? You're absolutely right. But and that's just a natural thing. And I think that we should just be unapologetically us. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
be
man.
you. You know what I mean? That'll help your mental health. And I say go ahead and visit thinkhighcrew.com. Hop in the forum if you want to still chop about this. We'll be back not tomorrow, but Friday. We got another track dropping. Obviously, fresh music on the way. What's dropping? What's dropping? The one that's on Spitting Image is dropping.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but
Spitting
I wouldn't.
Image, and then I'll probably drop
I
that.
get spitting image and unpopular opinion fucking mixed up.
Me too. They do sound similar. I think I should probably put them together on like a EP or something.
And some inspirational shit.
Yeah, some inspirational shit for the men. This one's for my niggas.
Right.
I love y'all, but yeah, I don't have much else to say. No, you already know it's always a pleasure co-hosting with you on these What the Fuck Wednesdays. To all my men out there, keep y'all heads up. You know what I mean? I guess, stay masculine until you need to be feminine.
Yeah, shit. Perfect example of that right there is this. Okay, so Tupac,
Thug love.
Thug Love, Thug Life, right? Ambition is a rider. All this, like, no more pain, like but also the feminine side of Tupac. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
mama.
also realizing that in all reality,
Bring
he
the
had
health,
a more
baby.
he had a stronger feminine side than he did masculine side, but
Let
he
me
was
tell
just a
y'all
good
this.
actor.
Who do you think, what kind of energy do you think you're tapping into when you write music? What type of energy do you think you tapping into when you're being creative? When you're
I was about to say, creative in general is
right.
a more, and why? Because think about who runs the creative industry.
Yeah. But it's also a feminine. You're right. It's also a part of the divine feminine. You have the divine feminine. You have the divine masculine, and creation is a part of that. Now they say that obviously the woman creates life from the seed that the man gives her. But when you're writing and when you're creating music or anything creative, you're reaching into that dark womb. You're reaching into that womb and you're bringing forth your creation, a life. So you have to tap into the feminine energy in order to do that. So you have to kind of master both, and just know that as a man, I'm way more comfortable doing technical or doing, masculine shit,
Hmm.
than I
It's
am
kind
doing
of like
feminine shit.
if when you approach a puppy, if you approach a
Or a
puppy
kitten.
real big and real or whatever, that
Yeah,
it ain't gonna work out.
it
But
ain't
if
gonna
you
work out.
approach the puppy like your mom or your sister, or your wife or
Yep,
girlfriend
more
or
more
whatever
feminine.
does more feminine,
Yeah.
then the dog looks at you like what and runs to you wagging the tail, bro. There it is, and you're
Bro, the
like,
funniest shit in my life was seeing my uncles, right? My uncles, they some of the most masculine niggas I know, right? My uncles talk to they grandbabies. Oh, it's your coochie
yeah, yeah,
coochie. I was like, look at y'all, so
well,
masculine ass. I take a bullet to the chest and go to
I
work and
know.
work 8 hours type shit
And
ass
that's like
niggas.
you've but the thing is just like like you've got to be
Yep,
that way in
you got to.
certain situations
You do.
because that baby, like
Yeah, you can't.
I
You
had a
can't.
child. I already know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't
My nigga, no, bro. Yeah,
you
you're right.
can't be like that because the kid's gonna be like, oh my god, uh, you know what I
There's
mean?
and
Like
there's
oh.
ways and there's ways of being balanced too. You know what I mean? Like you ain't got a coochie coo. You know what I mean? You could literally be like,
Mm-mm.
"Hey, little baby, how you
It's
doing?"
just
You know what I
about the
mean? Yeah,
frequency.
you're absolutely right. And there's a divine and there's a feminine. There's frequencies that are more feminine. There's frequencies that are more masculine. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And as a male, you're just naturally you're naturally just more attracted to those frequencies than you are, other ones. But that's why I say we're both, because I create music all day, every day. You know what I mean? Like, and shit, I fucking got two daughters, a wife and a son. It's just me and my son and the cat. It's the only males in this bitch. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So we always try to keep a united front and keep that, masculine. We all got that masculine energy in us. You know what I mean? That we just get that nod, like, all right, we let the women do their thing. But man, it's been a journey just trying to understand yourself as a man. You know what I mean? But there are certain situations that
Yep.
you have to be extremely masculine about. You know what I mean? Otherwise, the results that you're looking for won't
And
won't come to fruition.
yeah, and I think a lot of that comes down to, like, qualities of a leader. Like
Yeah,
you said, like, a leader knows how to fucking follow all day long,
yeah.
but a leader also knows, hey, somebody's got to lead this shit. I
Somebody's
mean,
got to
like,
lead.
no offense, but like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
We can't just who. What are we doing?
Right.
I'm not trying to be like the leader's not like, fuck all of you motherfuckers, listen to me. The leader recognizes, like,
Hmm.
look, it ain't about who's better. It's not about who's stronger, who's louder, who's nothing. It's just about me recognizing that something's got to fucking happen.
Yeah.
And
No,
and and any time the masculine energy can give way to the feminine energy
Yep.
in leadership
And
also.
vice versa. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's like this. It's like this. How about this? We'll put it like this. It's like running a business. Since we was about to end it about 5 minutes ago, but this is such a good conversation. But it's like running a business, right? You're gonna put the best person for the job. Okay. Okay. Who washes dishes better, me or you? You do. All right. Cool. It don't matter if it's the man or the guy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or who manages money better, me or you? You. Okay. Great. Who plans shit better, me or you? Okay, great. Who's better at this? You know what I mean? And that's who does this, and that's who does
Hmm.
that. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you male, fuck. It's like running a fucking business. You know
Right.
what I mean? But certain things, you know what I mean, like taking out the trash and handling intruders and extra all that, super masculine shit should be handled by the male. Not saying that the female couldn't, but you know what I mean? And then vice versa with some of the creative shit. Like you said, I just put the house together. I built her a house and she decorated that motherfucker. I don't tell her what color the shit room's gonna be. You know what I mean? I built it for her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like shit, she
Right.
supposed to tell me what color she want the rooms and I'll paint that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
That's just
that
how it
because they
fucking goes.
because
She's
that bitch
better
would have
at it than
been
me.
that
Right.
motherfucker would have just been in white
Because if
or
she was better at
brown or
building
some
it,
shit.
she'd have built it, right? If she was better at building it, she would have built it, and then you would have picked the colors because you were better at if you were the one that was
Hmm.
better at picking the colors. It was just whoever's better. It wasn't just because she has a vagina and you have a dick that
And
you
it
built the
just
house and she
it
fucking.
almost seems like the push is for everyone to be so divided to
Yeah,
get to the point to where they give up, and then there's just only one gender needed, which
right,
would be like a person combined
bro.
with a robot.
Bro,
You know
bro,
what I mean?
stop. See, and we got to talk about that this month sometime. Where, because to me, I feel like it's a definitely an attack on masculinity and femininity.
Mm-hmm.
With
A
this,
hundred
with
percent
this, yeah,
femininity. All
man,
these dudes turning into women and taking
yeah,
like
but
sports over and shit like
yeah,
that.
bro. But
Like,
look what that does. Like, it ain't why where man. Like, where we should be like you showed that video of me of those dudes finding child molesters and smacking the shit out of them. Like, where are the
mhm.
men who are taking the accountability like that? Like, I would love to just what I mean. Hell no, I'm about to go beat up any dude who's supposedly an MMA fighter and he switches to be a female and goes and punches a girl in the face. Let's go find him and take some accountability as men. You know what I mean? I think that would help our mental health is if we actually just stood up for ourselves instead of just being like, yeah, whatever, we'll
Right?
just,
Because
yeah,
once you stand up and once you realize how powerful you are, you also realize exactly that. I'm so powerful that I don't need to exert no goddamn energy for this motherfucking bitch ass motherfucker over here. All I got to
yeah,
do is look at this motherfucker, and he's already finna know, like, hey, you
yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? So I just think that, like, standing up for yourself and for your beliefs and being a man,
Hmm.
whatever that means to you, is extremely
You
good for
gotta have the
everybody.
chromosomes.
Right, and it's extremely good for your mental. Yeah, you got to have the chromosomes.
Yeah,
Obviously,
don't
it's
don't
good for
don't
your
don't get
mental
me on that.
health.
Yeah, but you gotta have the chromosomes. I don't want if you ain't got the chromosomes, man. Don't be telling me you a man.
Exactly. We'll be back Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the way that the chips fall. I hope you was betting on me. I've been all in since the windfall. Watching the L coming streets. Never gave up on the old me. Been rapping so long, now I'm OG. Supreme of the valley, that's word of the adage. Just at me if you want the whole thing. And it's on me, I don't like the cap. I don't ever rap what I don't live. Keep the hood on tap, and it's a fact. We're only a fraction of my wrist. See, I'm built like that. I don't want it all. I just wanna ball with my bros. Give it all to the kids when we go. And let them know that your favorite rapper is a lie. Yeah, fuck what they talking, been telling you why. Yeah, you thought they was real? Open your eye. Yeah, this shit's not a game, we tryna survive. In a world where music is God, your favorite rapper is a lie. Yeah, fuck what they talking, been telling you why. Yeah, you thought they was real? Open your eye. Yeah, this shit's not a game, we tryna survive. In a world where music is God, your favorite rapper is a lie.
Yeah, might see me walking down Erie at midnight. We ain't the same on the inside. Black sheep, nigga still ball like he 6'5". Still put your bitch in the 6'9". I was on ice, pushing that weight up an incline. Nigga had life, all in the back of that Nissan. Fuck is you talking about? We made a way when Wall Street had us on decline. You niggas is bright till I pop out like a neon. You niggas is hot till I show up with the Freon. We on a whole nother plane. All of my foes is going insane. You know what it is, it's fucking supreme. Yeah, yeah.
Fuck what they talking, been telling you why. Yeah, you thought they was real? Open your eye. Yeah, this shit's not a game, we tryna survive. In a world where music is God, your favorite rapper is a lie. Yeah, fuck what they talking, been telling you why. Yeah, you thought they was real? Open your eye. Yeah, this shit's not a game, we tryna survive. In a world where music is God, your favorite rapper is a lie.